Alright, welcome. It's me again, and today is I don't know what day today is. I really don't know. All I know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm recording a video because apparently I like this thing. So we're on video number 7, no, video number 8. So we are on our Cape Computer Science Unit 2 IE, and let's start by going through our table of contents as usual to see where we are at. Sorry to interrupt the video, but this is future me talking to you while you're watching this. And if you are struggling with a certain part of the IA, or you just need some way to check over your IA, we do personal one-on-one IA classes. So if you want your IA to get a check over, just to make sure you have all the requirements on the maps, make it simpletv.com/register. Okay, cool. Back to the video. So far, we've done all of the difficult things. We've really covered most of the difficult stuff in the first 7 videos. We did the problem definition, techniques of analysis, data flow diagrams, context level, level 1, ERD diagram, functional and non-functional requirements, system structuring, user interface, report design, algorithm design, appropriate data structures. Right, so we didn't do the appropriate data structures fully yet because we had to do the code. And algorithm design, we didn't do that yet properly because we have to do the code. But we've just finished most of the code, but we still have a few things to do. And then we have coding and testing, code achieves functionality. So we're focusing right now on this part here, code achieves functionality and response to design. So when we think about functionality, the first thing you have to check is you have to check to make sure that your functional requirements are being met. So let's look at our functional requirements and see how far we've reached. In the last video, we did the delete record, we did the search for record by name, so that's met. We haven't done the request table report, request water report, display patients in alphabetical order on reports. Well, that will come by default now because we did some of the non-functional, which is we sorted, we put in the bubble sort, and we put in the efficient search algorithm. So what we have to do now is fix the user interface and then deal with the report layout. And then lastly, we'll do the user input validation. But first, I'm going to decide if I'm going to sneeze or not. Okay, I'm not going to sneeze. So today is essentially, we're going to try to take this part here, user interface, and try to get the code to look something like this. Now there are 2 ways that this can happen. This could go south, where we try to get the code to look like this and it doesn't, and we just come back here and change this to whatever we get the code to look like, or we actually do get the code to look like this and we make it work. So let's go into the code and see how we could get it to respond like that. So the first thing that we need to be able to put inside this code is something called a clear screen. Because as you realize, there's a lot of clutter on when this code is compiled, and that doesn't look good because it's hard for the user to understand what is going on. So we have to go and start to put in clear screens in this code. Whenever we call a new function, call the menu, we must make sure that we clear the screen first so that all of our new content and information will pop up at the top of the screen, and it won't just be one long line of unnecessary things that are being said over and over and over and over and over and over and over, right? So let's go and try to get this clear screen in. Now, because we're using our online compiler, we're using Replit. Clear screen is a fairly simple thing to put in. I think I remember. Let me just double check. Clear screen Replit. There is in C. Let's see. Clear screen for C is system clear, right? Good. Okay, so let's go through the logic of our code from the main. The main says display a welcome screen, then call the password. So I'm going to display the welcome screen and then the password. So let's see what happens when I press run. When I press run, I get the following. Alright, so let me just refresh to get all of the runs that will. All the previous runs, I want to get them out of the way so that I could see a neat. Yeah, right. Right, so it starts off by saying welcome to the hospital, we care. Of course, I'm going to change the user interface for this on the when I'm ready, right? So it's asking me to enter the 4-digit passcode. When I enter the 4-digit passcode, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. It tells me the data from the file is read properly, the data has been sorted. Here are the menu options. I don't want to tell the user that the data has been read from the file properly and the data has been sorted. So I'm going to do something which is take out those words. And then I want this menu to pop up here on top. So I have welcome, then I have password, and then after password, it says while the password does return 0, please hit the correct. Right, this read data and this bubble sort, they're all doing what they're supposed to do. So what I want to do is I want to go to the read data function and tell the read data function I don't need to see that anymore because I know it's working because it's been tested through. So read data, where's read data? Read data is here. Printf, the data has been read properly. I will comment that out because I could put it back in when I'm testing to prove anything, but I could also just take it out. So I take that out and the data has been sorted. So I'm going to go to the bubble sort and comment that out also. Now you should leave it in because it will show the examiner that you did do tests to prove that it was done properly. And these sort of things you could print screen it to show that you did tests properly. Your testing data was good. We still have to prove that the bubble sort worked properly, right? But we have many ways to print back out the data to see to show that it was sorted. Nonetheless, right? So I took those two things out, and now I want to clear the screen so that the menu will pop back up one time. So as soon as the bubble sort finishes, I'll do system clear. Right. That is going to clear the screen. So let's try it now. So I run, and it says, sorry, I'm close. I'm minimizing our runner, yeah. Welcome to the hospital, we clear. I enter the passcode 1111. Right, good. So you see the menu pops up on top, and I no longer see all of the other unnecessary things. This is part of your user interface design. You want your user interface to switch to a new screen whenever new things are happening or more, or things are, what's the word? Whenever things are changing, right? Now, if I make a choice and I say I choose 1, add patient, it's going to give me, please enter the new patient information. I probably want to say something different, like when the menu comes up, it will say welcome to the hospital database, have all this information, and then if option 1 is chosen, it should ask me to enter the patient information on a new screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the option 1. If option is equal to 1, before I call the add patient, I want to put in system clear. That way, the system will clear the screen and it will give me the add patient menu on top, right? I will go and do the aesthetic changes, but right now I'm doing the functional changes to make sure that this code makes sense when it runs. So let's try. Run, welcome to the hospital, we care, enter the 4-digit passcode, 1111. Then it gives me the menu pops up all by itself, and then when I press 1, add patient, it goes to please enter the new patient information. But of course I have to put some sort of words here to let the person know you are on the add patient menu or something like that. So you put in all the patient information, and then they will know that, okay, once they finish putting the information, it should go back to the menu automatically. So let's say I have to put in the information, the ID is 100, first name is Bob, next name is small, age is 45, status is 1. Good. Patient with ID 100 has been added. But then you see what happens. The menu pops back up one time, but the menu pops back up underneath. Do I want that to happen? No. I want it to clear every time the menu starts up. So instead of putting the system clear here, every time this menu is being recalled, I'm just going to put a system clear before the actual menu. So I'll move it from here because it's not as efficient there. So if I go to the menu function, where's the menu function? Here, menu function, menu. Menu should be one of the earliest functions that I did. So once the menu function comes up, before we even take the choice, I just put system clear. So anytime the menu is called, it will clear the screen and start with a clear menu. So let's try it and see. This is cake. You could probably figure this out by yourself, but just to let you understand that this is marks. This is important. This is for your well-being. If you do this, you'll be okay. 1111, menu pops up. Good. So I enter my choice. 1, add patient. It will clear the screen. I add ID 239. His name is Billy. His name is Gene. Age 677. Status is a 2. Menu pops back up all by itself. Good. So this is the system clear here. Going to neaten up your program a whole lot. So let's put some system clears inside at locations that make sense. So before we call a major function, which is like add patient, update patient status, that's a major function also. So we put system clear in front of there. There probably may be a more efficient way to put the system clears in, but as I said, I'm not trying to make it too complicated. I just wanted to understand these are the concepts you have to put in. Option 3. Please enter the patient you'd like to search for. We put the system clear. We're probably going to have to put some printfs to display what menu we're currently in, which is what we will do when we go to the when we go into the functions and put some user interfaces inside of there. So system clear there, and then option 4, printf, how would you like to search? Right. Now this one has search by ID and search by surname, so it has a sub menu inside here because you have the choice. So we leave the submenu. We're not clearing the screen for the submenu because we want it to stay like that. Option 5, intensive care file. Well, since option 5 is just going to print to a file, we need to clear the screen, but we need to tell them something. So for each one of these, after we clear the screen, we have to put a printf either in the function. You will have to put a printf in the function to say what is being done. Option 6 is to delete. So we left after. For the delete patient, I should have just called the delete patient function. I should not ask them what patient they want to delete. Did I do that in any other part? Oh yeah, I did ask what you want to search for. Please enter the ID you'd like to search for. Okay, well, I guess so. So now realizing that, well, some of these functions, they're asking for too much things in the main. Whereas I don't want to, I should put the system clears inside the function so that the system clear would run before we actually do the job. Update patient status. Yeah. Alright. So you could put the system clears inside the main, which would clear the screen before it calls the function, and then let the function display what it's supposed to do. Or you could put the system clear inside the actual function and call it whenever you need. And whenever you call the function, it will automatically clear the screen. Your choice. I don't see you losing marks for either way once you know that you have to clear the screen. So we have all the clear screens, so let's just check and see if they're working the way that they should. So let's start with welcome to the thing, add the 4-digit passcode 1111. If we choose option 1, when we test it, alright, let's choose option 2, update patient. Update patient starts, right? Please enter the ID you'd like to update. Obviously patient 100. Please enter the status you want to make. So the status changes to 3. Right, that's updated. Menu comes back up. It doesn't say anything. It should say something like the status was updated before the menu comes back up, right? Search for patient, search for patient, search for patient 100. You notice everything is popping up by itself because we put the clear screens. Patient was not found. Ooh, I didn't just put that patient to the 100. Try 111. Search for patient 111. Ooh, it did display the patient, but it called the clear screen one time. Alright, so the search for patient, we have a problem. It calls back the menu immediately. So that means when you print info, well, I search for a patient, I want the info to display immediately. But because the menu is clearing the screen one time, we have a problem. So I might want to put in, there's another one called system pause. Let's see. Let me try system pause. So after I print the info, I put in system pause. Will it accept that? Okay. Alright, so let's try system pause. So I search for a patient. 3, search for a patient. And what's a patient I can search for again? 111. That's SpongeBob. 111. Oh, right. No. It goes straight back to the menu. The system pause didn't work. What does search for a patient do? Search for a patient, it says if the patient was not, it just says that the location was found. Alright, this search for a patient function, yeah, kind of stupid. And I remember, yeah. All this does is it search and said that we found the patient. So, else printf, if it is, call search patient and say that it was found. Found at what location? Yeah, this is not really making any logical sense. We don't really need this in our life, but I'll put the system pause here. Just to show that it should pause. You want to print the information is a little different. Okay, right. But I'm leaving it in because it's not really hurting anybody. If I had time to like be super efficient and do all kind of other things, I would have just take out this whole function, but I don't want to. Search for patient 111. It did say patient. So okay, let's say print record to the screen. For print record to the screen by search by ID 111. Okay, so printing the record to the screen but not pausing. Should I just do a scanf and wait for them to enter a value? Alright, let's try to do a scanf. It's one of the most brutal ways of doing it instead of the system pause. But I'm really not trying to fight down the system pause right now. System clear works, so let me go and just do a scanf and say press enter to continue. Printf, press enter to continue. Continue is spelled. Right, so press enter to continue and then me scanf. Right, I didn't want to have to do it, but I put the get character, get char. Alright. Okay, so let's try for the fourth time. 1111. Search for a person, press 4. ID, we're gonna search by ID, which will be 111. It just goes straight to the menu. Because after it searches for the person, let's see the logic that's taking place. It will search by name, do the choice, call the search patient, and then choose print info. Print info is the last thing that'll take place. When it does the print info, it's going to jump straight back because it's finished here. So print info should wait for something. Okay, yeah. Print info is where I need to put this stuff in. So I need to put like a very, very draconian scanf. So let's put scanf %C. That will give my error, you know, watch. Oh, it didn't give my error. Okay, enter the 4-digit passcode. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press 4. ID 111. I display SpongeBob and then I press enter. Nothing happens because it's scanning for something. Okay, yeah. Alright. So we gotta get something. So I'll get and alright, so we just create a random character, X, and I think that should work. 111 is the user ID, search. No, it just jumps straight back to the menu. It's not pausing here. Alright, y'all, let's just fix this error. Every time around the 26-minute mark of a video, I always have this issue. So I'm going to find a solution for it.
Thousand years later.
Alright, this is me cutting in again to let you know that I told you in video 8 that there's a problem that I had to fix in video 11. This is video 11 and it's the error trapping issue, right? So in the code I had to put in, if you're following the videos from the start, then you would understand. If you weren't following the videos from the start, let me just clearly put it to you. I wasn't trapping the errors properly because I wasn't pausing the screen for the error to be displayed. So I had to go and put in something called system. Sleep is a function that works when you put in the library called unistandard, UNISTD, right? When I put that in, sleep will cause the display to pause for 3 seconds, right? So I did that, and now I have to fix the error trapping print screens that I have, because I put some print screens in, which would be these print screens, but they show that errors are being trapped, but they're not showing the sleep function. And I need to make sure that the error trapping print screens I put inside here match what I actually have in the code, because I would have to change over the code to include all the sleeps that I put in, right? So I'm going to update these, which is, that's not a valid status, that'll be line 154. So if I go to line 154, you'll realize that there's a little mismatch based on what I have and what they have. So I have printf the patient with ID. Printf, this is not a valid status, enter 1, 2, 3, scanf. Okay, no, that's not a problem. That one okay, because that has a scanf in it. The ones that don't have a scanf is the ones I want to fix. Right, so this one that says printf the file is empty or does not exist, please check the file. I'll have to put in a sleep there. That's read data. So we go to the read data function, the file isn't there, right? Please check the file. I'm going to put a sleep here. Sleep for 2 seconds, for 3 seconds actually. And that should make life a little easier. So I'm going to swap that in to show that I put the sleep in. So that as soon as the file is read, it will say, yeah. Oh, actually I have the whole thing. Okay, I'll just put the whole thing. Read data. Yeah. Right, so we take the whole thing. And we'll put it in here, we'll swap it in for that. Right, so now it has the sleep, so that the examiner will be able to clearly see that the sleep is inside. For patient doesn't exist, that's line 249, I'm going on to there. Did I fix that one? 249. Patient doesn't exist, I'll put a sleep. Sleep for 2 seconds, because that one is a short message. Alright, and we'll swap that one out. Proves to them. Error when searching for wrong patient, sleep 2. And this one, error for wrong report choice. 287. I fixed that one, I think. 87. Invalid choice, sleep 2, yeah. Okay, cool. So I will put, I'll have to show all the reports choices, yeah. Right, now all those things I'm going to have to back up with the print screens. So I'm putting this inside here so that the examiner will be able to see for sure that I knew what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Right, so just resizing these. I mean, you could resize these things to make them look neat and all that stuff after. I'll do that in post. Right, so that will fix the error trapping part to show that I have error trapping. But I did have another error trap in the menu that I should put in. Because I want them to see that when they put in the wrong option in the menu, I did trap the error and show them that it was here, right here. Good. So I want to show that when they enter the choice, if the choice is wrong, I will give them an error message, pause the screen, and then put it back up. All right, so I'll add one in, which is this. Screenshot showing the wrong menu option error message. Right, good. All right, so that fixes the error trapping part. So I can show that the error is trapping. So now when I go to the test plan, I can show print screens of the actual program showing that the error was trapped. And you got this message, right? So that's the fix for that. Back to the normal video. Right, so here's the fix that I came up with. I decided, all right, let's try to figure out what is causing this. So I want to give them the ability to ask them if they want to return to the menu. But of course they want to return to the menu because... So if they want to return to the menu, they press 1. But if they want to search for another patient, I will stay inside here. So I'll put else if x is equal to 2. Press 1 to return to search again to display another patient. Right, so this kind of, else if x is equal to 2, I will call back the same search function. Actually, no. If I want them to search again, I should just fix the whole search patient function to just do the search alone. Yeah. Option 4. How would you like to search? Search by ID, search by surname. And then I'll call the search patient. Nope, I'm not doing that. Okay, so I'm not putting any option inside to look back. That's not necessary. You could do it if you want, but I just want them to see that they're press 1 to return to the main menu, because I wanted to display the information and put basically for a pause. In order to put that pause, I put a print screen because that's the easiest thing to do right now, which won't hamburg your marks. So, print a record to the screen, choice 4, we want to search by ID 1, 111. It displays the information. Would you like to return to the menu? Press 1 to return. Main menu pops back up. Great. So that's number 4. Let's try number 5, which is going to print a set of critical patient start file. So no. Yeah, print a set of critical patient. 5 rand, yeah. Did it create the critical file? You see? Yes, it did create the intensive care file and all of the people inside here. It printed an empty space at the bottom though, so we'll have to fix that. But the file is there, you can see the intensive care one work and the menu pop back up. And then we have delete a patient, which is number 6. I want to delete a patient, I want to delete patient 100. The patient doesn't exist, would you like to return to the menu? Yes. Oh, we have a problem, they didn't return to the menu. Okay. Alright, so returning to the menu. So what happened with the delete? It just said the patient doesn't exist and then it just lied. The patient you'd like to delete is this, would you like to return to the menu? What did I do for delete patient? Or for delete patient, it does the bubble sort and carries on the actual site, so I had to call back the menu. No. Delete patient calls the bubble sort, and then after the bubble sort done. Oh no, if the patient ID doesn't exist, I'm supposed to get like a message and ask them to put in a supposed to say the patient ID doesn't exist and ask me to put in a valid patient ID. Delete patient, where are you? The patient that will be deleted is... Okay, patient that will be deleted is... print info. Okay, so we have to update this delete patient to do some error catching because we didn't do it properly. So if the delete is -1, printf, please enter, okay, yeah, please, the search patient will give me back -1, and I'll say, please enter a valid ID. So in the delete patient, if the search patient function comes back with delete as -1, that means the binary state sent back a value that doesn't exist. It couldn't find it. It should say, please enter a valid ID. That patient doesn't exist. \n, that patient does not exist. Please enter a valid ID. And then we and read back a new del. %t. Alright, and then we read the and del. Yeah. Alright, so the deleted value would now we read a x. We read the x, yeah, that's correct. Alright, so we read a new x, and then we call back the delete patient function. We do the delete equals search patient. Yeah. Alright, so I want to put this as a if. I'll have to put while delete is -1. Right. So while the delete is -1, this has jumped into error correction, but as you see, the whole thing is getting muddy because I had to make sure that the logic making sense before I just do the user interface part. So we have to fix that. So while delete is equal to -1, if delete comes back as -1, that means the search patient function didn't find the person. So I have to deal with that because as you realize, I got a problem here when I tried to delete the patient and the program just stuck. We can't have the program sticking like that. It has to flow. So we call the delete patient with the X that they sent from the main. And while the delete is equal to -1, that means we couldn't find it. That patient doesn't exist. Please enter a valid patient. It'll do scanf, then it'll do the search patient. Once the delete actually gets a value that is not -1, meaning it does exist, then it'll say the patient that will be deleted as that. And then we'll do the bubble sort, then it'll do the actual size, and then the program should. Alright, so let's check the delete patient again. Enter the passcode, 1111. Pops up, 6 is to delete a patient. We want to delete patient. Let's try some way that doesn't exist. Patient 155. That person most likely doesn't exist. Patient is not a, please enter a valid ID. And if I enter 111, let's say that the patient will be deleted. Yeah, would you like to return to the main menu? Main menu. Okay, cool. Alright, so we have solved that problem. The delete function is a little more robust now. The reason I needed to make it more robust is because I was getting a stick. It was sticking and not going back to the main menu. Remember, my goal was to get to the main menu after every function because I need to be able to get these clear screens to make sense. Now that the clear screens are making sense, I could now go and start to pretty up things. Alright, so let's go and start to pretty up things because our logic is there. The most that we have to do right now is just modify some reports. And the reports are easy. The reports are just searches, and you do the search and print out the report based on whatever you want to filter out. So the same intensive care file, we're just going to take this and copy this over and change it from intensive care to whatever else we want to do. And go. Alright, so let's start with the menu. We're actually going to now put in the user interface that would make it look cool. Okay. So the first thing that happens is they get first thing that is displayed is according to the code, it says welcome. Alright, so let's go to this welcome function and put some snazziness into the welcome function. Where's the welcome function? Welcome to the hospital, we care, right? Probably want to put some boxes around it, so I'll put like a printf and put like a long line like that. Yeah, that looks like about it. Yeah, that match in there. And I take this same printf and put a next line underneath it. It's very ugly, but hey. Alright, so let's see if our initial screen will look nicer. Hey, welcome to the hospital, we clear, we care. But the line is weird. Okay, I should put a \n. No, I should take out this \n. Take out the 2 \n's. No, put 2 \n's here. And let's see if it will give some more compositional balance. Nice, compositional balance, right? Because we put the 2 things between it. So that is user interfacing right there. Just put in lines. Now you could put lines on either side if you want. Instead of putting the stars, you could put that. And then you could tab it to put it in the middle, something like that. But I'll show you some tabs. But all I want you to make sure that you grasp is you have to put in something like this to separate different parts of the system. So the next thing is enter the correct 4-digit passcode. It comes up there. Let's go and deal with the 4-digit passcode, what the password function is. Please enter the 4-digit passcode. So I only have one \n, so I'm going to put 2. And then I'm going to put a colon. And then I'm going to probably read the passcode in the center, so I'll put \T. And maybe I want to put a box around the scanf, so I'll put a printf here, put some stars. I'll put these thingies. That \n, and then put that. What's called this? The thing is cadets or carrots. Alright. See how they're gonna look? Probably look really cringy. Please enter the 4-digit passcode. Yeah, that looking real ugly. I won't do that. Let's just put a colon. Yeah. So let's try again. Welcome to the hospital. We care. Please enter the 4-digit passcode. That's the 4-digit passcode. When I put in the 4-digit passcode, it goes to the new line and I put in 1111. Alright. Menu pops up. No need to fight it. Yeah. Passphrase there. Good. The password will go underneath. Where the password? Right, good. Now the menu pops up. So now I want to get the menu to look like this. Welcome to the hospital patient database. So I'm just going to copy this here. This is what I want. Then I want a line underneath it. And then underneath that line, each option should be clearly spaced out. Okay. Menu. So I'm going to put inside here, welcome to the hospital patient database, and then I'm going to put a long line underneath it. Printf, long line. Usually just want to match, line up the semicolons and it should be good. Not the semicolons, the quotation marks. Right. That look like a line up there? No, it's not. Yeah, that look like a line up there. Welcome to the hospital patient database. They already have \n there. Right, so let's see what happens. Menu. Welcome to the menu. I press 1111. Enter. Okay, now it's looking kind of weird there because the console is a little small. But when you're doing your print screens, you'll probably make it bigger. Yeah, it'll look like that. Alright, so halfway through, I have the line, I have that. Now I need to get them to please choose an option. Yeah, so it will look a little weird on my own because the console is not taking up the full screen. But remember, when you're running your program and you're doing your print screens, make sure the console is full screen so that you will see exactly what it will look like. I have add patient here, so I'm going to put two \n's so that it will skip 2 lines for that. And after each one of the add patients, I put in 2 lines because I want it to be spaced out a little more. All of this you're going to explain that you put 2 \n's to space out the menu so that it looks neater. When we get to the documentation part of this, which will be not the next video, the video after this, because probably, yeah. So we'll just do all the user interface stuff in this video, and then in the next video we'll do the reports and the report layout. Right, so I put a set of \n's, choice, colon, space, put space after the choice so that it will be clear after they put in the choice. Error, put in a valid number. Right, okay. Let's see how this comes out. I'll make it a little bigger. Run. Welcome to the hospital. Enter your passcode 1111. Welcome to the hospital patient database. It's laid out nice and then asks for the choice underneath. Did it match this? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I'll have to put up the menu to put menu option 6. I'm going to update that now. 6 is not exit the program. 0 is exit program. Yeah, 0 is to exit. So 6 is delete a patient. This have to match exactly. Oh no. 0 exit the program. Right. Okay. 0 should be exit the program. 0 exit the program. Right. Okay. So that is one of the menus. So right now I am going to do the same thing for I need to put a line underneath it. I need to put a line underneath the exit program. So I've taken the same printf here because I want the line to be the exact same size. And then put this underneath here. Yeah. Let me see how it looks now. Yeah, alright, so that'll look a little better. If I wanted to, I could have tab everything and put it in the center. There is the ability to do that, but you could find out by yourself. This is good enough. This shows that you have clearly made some effort into spacing out the information, putting lines, clearly separating it, and all of that. So now I'm going to do that for all the other parts, and you're going to just watch me fast forward this. Alright, so now I get to explain to you all that just happened in that little fast forward scene there. Okay, so what we did is I tried to put in all of the user interface stuff as much as I didn't put the exit program. I didn't put in the exit program. Thank you for using the program. Have a nice day. Alright, so this is the last thing I have to put in. I'll explain to you all. All I did was just put printfs inside, right? Lots and lots of printfs of all kind of stuff, but now I'm just putting in this thing here. Thank you for using your program. Thank you for using your program. Have a nice day. /n. Yeah, so the last thing is this. Basically, I don't need to tell them exit the program. I just need to say thank you for using your program. Have a nice day. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Alright, so thank you for using the system. All the files have been updated. Have a nice day. Good. So let's go through the code and you will see that each one of the functions I've put in the required layout that I have in my documentation. If the documentation doesn't match, we'll just go back and fix it. So welcome to the hospital. We can put some lines underneath that. Welcome to the hospital patient database using the hashtags and the stars, the line, patient information. This will print out on top there. Bubble sort, search patient. All those are functions that are non-functional. Nobody needs to see that. Print patient records. Please choose the report that you want to print. Right, so this one is the one that I had to pause on, because in the document, I have to give them the choice of choosing multiple reports. I haven't updated the function to do that yet because, as I said, that one is an easy one to do. All you're doing is giving them the choice and then printing to the appropriate output file. So this file here, this intensive care file function, I'm going to change the name of that to print reports. And then I'm going to do a set of ifs to print out all the reports to the file. But as I said, the reports I'll leave for last because those are the easiest things to do because I just have to copy this code and change the status that I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for status 1, I will put an if statement for 1, 2, 3 and allow them to enter the stuff. So the user interface has some sort of body now. Let's look at it and see how the body looks. So what you would do is clear the history of the console, clear all the runs. Right, and then so this is what the program should look like when it runs. Run. Welcome to the hospital, we care. I could center that, you could center it too if you want. I'm not going to do that because I just want you all to see the concept. Ask me to add a patient, I press 1, it will ask me to add the patient. Patient information will come up, I'll put the patient as patient 34, Billie Jean, 34, status is 2, cool. Update patient, patient 34, updating their status to 2. Patient doesn't exist. Alright, update patient 122. Alright, so update to the patient. I press 1 to return to the main menu. Sure, no problem. 3, delete patient. I want to delete patient 122. The patient that will be deleted is that, right? Press 1 to return to the main menu. Good. Print patient record to the screen. That one is going to give me the sub menu. How I want to search for. I want to search by ID. I want to search for 122. Patient does not exist. Press 1 to return menu. So I'll go back to the search again. Search by ID. Patient is 78. Should give me Sheldon Cooper. Press 1 to return to the main menu. Cool. If I want to search by surname now, I go to option 2, I put in the name as Cooper. Should give me Sheldon Cooper, right? Press return to the main menu, good. And print the list of critical patients to the file. Now, this one not going to display anything because as soon as I choose option 5, it's going to run the function, print everybody to the file, and then move on. So we'll have to edit that in the next video when I put in the actual functional stuff inside that function, because I'm going to change that option to, instead of printing critical patients, I'm just going to name that print reports. And when we go into print reports, it will give us the options of which reports we want to print. We print out all of them. And then I'll have delete a patient, exit the program. Right, so delete a patient, I'll take that out because I moved the delete patient to option 3 because the search for patient was actually doing nothing useful. It was just telling me that I found the patient. That's not helping me. Print patient record to the screen does a lot more for the user because they can actually search for the patient, print their information via their ID or their name. And yeah, alright, so as far as I could see, the user interface that I've planned out here, I didn't press 0 to exit. Let's press 0 to exit. Hey, thank you for using the system. All the files have been updated. Have a nice day. Great, wonderful. Wait, all the files have been updated. Did I update the files actually? I added a new patient. Did the new patient I add go in? Oh yeah, Billie Jean went in here. Billie Jean 34 to here. Right, all the information went in here. So we did that in the previous program. Alright, so the next video we're going to deal with the reports. We're going to update the reports. Basically the reports are very simple. It's a loop, and no loop is a statement. And whichever one you choose, it will print to that particular text file. So that's it. Remember, download the app, makeitsimple.tt.com/learn it, and you will be able to see the whole PDF of this, and you will have all the videos laid out in chronological order that goes from start to finish. Remember, this is not a substitute for your actual IA teacher. If your teacher requires you to do certain things that are more complex, then you have to follow your teacher. I am doing things fairly simple as possible, meaning the lowest possible place I could go to for you to get your marks. That's what I'm trying to get you at. We could do a lot more complex things, but I'm really not trying to make it too hard for you because I'm making it simple. And yeah, download the app, and I'll see you in the next video where we do the reports. Hopefully you'll be able to get all the reports to sort out and then lay out how the reports will come out in a text file to look a particular way. And then from there, we would be done with the actual code, and then it's to take the code and turn it into the algorithm form, and then finish up the documentation by doing the testing and whatnot. So probably have about 3 more videos left before we finish. So I'll see you all in the next video, right?